Hey, Mrs. Scooter. I'm just uh, I'm just getting into the woods. I've already seen a couple deer before I put the camera on. I am going to talk kind of softly because if I start talking louder, I'll spook everything. But I entered the woods. This is like one of my favorite spots. So somebody let me know if you can hear me. I'm talking low, and I just want to make sure that it's going to be loud enough you can hear me. This is actually one of my favorite spots to go into the woods. I had a lot of luck last year right here, seeing a lot of big bucks and stuff. Somebody let me know if you can hear me okay. Somebody, somebody let me know if you can hear me okay. Okay, good, Bruce. Thank you very much. And like I said, I'm just getting into the woods. I had this scheduled for 9 o'clock, but if you're used to me, you know I always end up being earlier. Right now, I'm just looking for some fresh uh, deer signs. I already saw a couple deer before I went live. They were walking right through this area. But right here, let's see, right here, this is a deer trail right here. So I'm thinking already going to put a camera right in this area. Got a couple good trees here to put it on. The foliage is still very thick. Hey Scooter, good morning. Thicker than I thought it would be. So I'm pretty well hidden from anybody that might be walking the main trail. But you can definitely see this trail going right through here is a deer trail. So I know they're traveling right here. So I'm probably going to set up a camera on one of these trees right here. I think that'd be a good bet. This tree here was all tore up last year from a deer rubbing his antlers. And I'm kind of looking for a fresh rub as well on one of these trees, although I don't see anything right now. If I stand here long enough, the deer will come through. Because as I walk down this way, the deer are usually in a herd down farther. And the farther I walk, the more they get spooked. And they start spreading out, running all around. No, Scooter, I don't have the air tags yet. I do have them ordered. I'm not too worried about that because I hide them pretty good and I get off the beaten track. But I am waiting to get some air tags for a bunch of stuff that I have. Just trying to find the right spot for a camera right now. That big tree right there could definitely be a possibility. That would actually be pretty good because it'd be looking down the field that way. Let me go check this out. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. I don't like it 100%, but nah, I'm gonna put it back in there, I believe. See, right there is, right up here is a main trail that people will be walking and stuff. So I don't want to put the camera on this tree. They might be able to see the strap, and yeah, you never know. But I've been putting the cameras out for a couple years and never had a problem yet. So I think, let me look at this tree over here. This could be a good one. Yeah, this could be a good one because this is going to be, this tree here. Let me get down. This tree here is going to be looking out right in here where the deer cross. So I'm going to put one on this tree right here. So let me get the tripod up so you can kind of watch this. And again, I'm talking kind of low because if I start talking louder, I'll spook whatever deer are close. Give me a second here to get my tripod set up. I definitely want to get out of this immediate area real quick because of that trail that's over there. But I'm going to put it right on this tree here. I got 3 cameras with me today. All I gotta do is figure out how to open my pouch up. This will be the first one. Just give me a second to get it undone to where I can put it on the tree here. When you're putting these cameras out, you got to make sure they're aimed in the right direction. That's pretty obvious, isn't it? You don't want them up too high. I'm getting there. I think right about this height would be good. Right about there. And that's looking right out into the area where the deer are supposedly walking by. And we'll do a little more aiming here. Tighten up this. I do have my name in all these cameras. That should do it. Now I'm just going to start it up and walk away. The red light blinking. That red light blinking means it's on and getting ready to go here. Now it's actively taking pictures. Ugh, let me stand up here. Ugh. Ugh. Give me a second to get my shit back together. All right, now, see, this is on a good deer trail coming through here. You should be able to see this right through here. The camera's right there, so we should get some good shots. Oops. All right, we're gonna move on down this way. Hang on, I gotta adjust something here. So this is a little different bit of a live. I'm actually carrying the camera around. So we're gonna go down this trail here. And I'm gonna move slow and talk soft because I'm sure we will run into some deer here eventually. But there's all kind of deer paths in this little field I'm in. Right there is where I was. I set the camera up back in there. Okay, here we go. Let's just go down. We'll go down this way. Now I'm going to be looking for not only deer trails, but signs of other animals, especially raccoons and foxes and stuff. And I am going to get into now this area here. This is, you can see where the deer have bedded down for the night. And what I'm looking for, I'm hoping to get a real big buck. I know there's really big bucks in this area, and I'm hoping to get some video of a big one. So we're gonna move on through here. Ah, there's some deer poop right there. Look at that. If you never saw deer poop, that's what that looks like. This is an absolute great area for seeing the deer. I'm going to get into the woods because there's other spots. This is more of an open field, but there's other spots in the woods that are more conducive for foxes and raccoons and stuff. But I definitely wanted to put one there. A nice spot up in here, huh? I got 2 more cameras, so I'm not gonna put them any old place. I'm gonna try to pick out what I think is a good area. I'd love to find a fox den or something like that. And see, here's this is probably a groundhog hole, but it could be other things. I want to keep moving slow because, like I said, right before I went live, I did see a couple deer. Hey, Bloodhead, good morning. Yeah, I'm careful out here, no problem. Marines and Army Mom, hello. Hey, you may have noticed, Marines and Army Mom, I did put some more emojis up there. Some new ones. Let's see, I'm trying to go back in the chat here to see what I missed, because as I walk along here, I'm not really paying attention to the chat. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some deer that are walking around here this morning. But the intention is, and I hope you understand it, I'm putting these cameras out we may or may not see some wildlife today, but I'm going to leave them out for 3 days and 3 nights. I'll be picking them up on Friday, and then I bring them home and I look at all the video that I've collected, that they've collected, and I edit that. I put that in a video and then publish that. So as I put the cameras out, I don't really know what we're going to run into, but hopefully we'll see something. So again, I'm just moving slow and easy. I'm going to go down this way. Eventually I'm going to go down this way about 500 or 600 yards. There's no path here for me. I got to walk around and over and through these logs. But I got to get back in the woods. So I'm going to get down here a little bit farther, and then I'm going to go into the woods. Into the woods we go. I'm going to climb over this log and walk around it, one or the other. Trying to climb over it. All right, I made it. I'll get back over here. As soon as I got here, I saw 2 deer. Looks like I can get into the woods right here. So we're going to go into the woods, I think. I'm going to find us a good spot for something else here. Sometimes the deer will be hiding in this thick stuff too. Finales, I'm not hunting. I'm putting out my trail cameras just to get video of wildlife. I have no intention of hunting. Just getting the video. Hey Derek. Good morning to you. Whew. There's quite a few people that publish videos on YouTube of the trail cameras. And one of the things that I've learned from watching them is a lot of animals, as they're walking through the woods, they will use the downed logs and downed trees as part of their pathway. So what I'm looking for is a nice log, something like this one, but not quite this one. It's something that will be exactly big enough for the raccoons and foxes to use. I'm also scanning the ground for any signs of animals. I occasionally will find the antlers from last season of the deer. Look at this. This is a freaking mess. Gotta find my way around here. This is a favorite area of mine, but it's really, really overgrown. A lot of down trees and thickets and stuff like this. I'm gonna go over here a little farther. The only trick is I gotta remember where the heck I put the cameras when I come back to get them on Friday. That's one of the harder things to do. I got to make a mental note. And see this big log up here? We're going to go look at that. It's Allie from Surrey, England. How's it going today, Allie? Thanks for dropping in. I'm walking in the woods, putting out my trail cameras. See this big log here? This is a nice area right here. I like this. But the animals, here's another big log that the animals could be using to make their way through the woods. But I don't really see any sign of them being around. There's another one. Look how thick it is in here. And again, folks, I'm talking kind of soft. I don't want to talk real loud because that would spook any deer that are close by. I'm looking at this area right here. This looks like it could be a fox den, but I don't see any fresh fur or anything like that, so probably not, but it could be. This big log is pretty interesting. And like I said, a lot of times the raccoons and foxes will use a log as they're traversing through the woods. So I kind of think setting one up to watch this log would be a good idea. But I'm going to pass on it for now. Because like I said, I got about at least 500 yards to go through this area. I'm not going to rush. Not going to rush anything. Whew. Just trying to think of what I'm doing. What am I doing? It's so thick, I don't think I can get through here. I don't really see any deer trails through here, but I'm going to go this way anyway. It's really thick. Thicker than I thought it would be. Look at this tangled mess. Holy mackerel. This looks like an interesting spot to explore a little bit. This tangled mess, I don't even think I can get over it. But it looks like a really good spot. Yeah, see. Wow. This is a super spot. We're gonna somehow get around this big log and check out the other side of it. Ooh. This is really thick. The thicker the better, folks. The thicker the better. Gotta get around this way. I want to get on the other side of this big log. See this here? This is interesting stuff. I know the camera's kind of shaky, but this is a hole right there. Could be anything. Looks like something's, I don't know if something's using it, but what a mess. And I just realized I'm fairly close to the main trail, so I gotta watch myself. But I think I'm gonna put a camera in here and maybe some bait. I do have some bait with me, but this looks like a good spot to put a little bit of bait and see what comes in to eat it. So let me see here. Where can I put a camera? There's a little tree right here that I can stick it on. And then look down this way. Nah, maybe not. Hang on, I'm not quite convinced yet. This is a heck of a neat spot though. If I was trapping, I would definitely put a trap in here for fox or raccoon. Haven't been seeing any bucks in West Virginia. New moon, thought it might be moving. Yeah, it could be right, Austin. I'm not a hunter, so I don't know all about that, but I know that the moon phase has a lot to do with wildlife movement. I'm trying to figure out where to put my camera here. I think on this tree right here. This little sapling, I'll call it. Put it right there, looking down this way, and I'll put some bait in there, and we'll see what comes to see. Now, you all just hang on a minute while I get things adjusted here. Then we're going to go back out to the I'm going to put the camera right here on this tree, and it's going to be looking down into that big mess of logs that I showed you a minute ago. What I gotta do is get it off. This is one of my better cameras. It's a Gardy Pro. It has really good sound, excellent video, and I kind of like it because it has really good sound. You can hear the animals walking through. You can hear them making the noises of whatever they make, and it's kind of neat. Good camera though. Very good camera anyway. Get this over here a little bit closer. All right. So we're going to put this one right here. They make the straps on these cameras big enough to go around really big, thick trees. But rarely do I find a big, thick tree that I want to put it on. And anyway. So just bear with me as I get this thing set up. think I'm dealing with the poison ivy around here. I hope I don't get it. But I probably will. This is the worst. Oh man. Ah. There we go. Now, again, we're going to get this looking in the right area here. I'm going to have poison ivy when I've done this. It's all over the place. Okay. Now let me get this thing started up. This one's a fairly easy one to start. Just turn it on. And hit the start button. And it's good to go. So we're going to go right there. Let me get up here a minute. A lot of poison ivy around here. So there's the camera. I'm going to put some bait here. Just as an extra incentive for the animals to come around. We'll see what comes around. I'll just dump it right here. It's a couple old pieces of meatloaf that I had for dinner some time ago. But that'll usually draw the foxes or the raccoons. And I kind of feel like that's cheating a little bit, but I don't really care. Oh, I hope I don't get poison ivy. Ooh. All right, now I'm gonna put this tripod back together. What do y'all think about me putting some bait out? You think that's cheating or what? I don't think it really is. But the bait is right here. And the camera is right there. Bruce, I just put out some old pieces of meatloaf as bait. And I put the camera right here. Put the bait over here under this log. And hopefully that'll draw raccoons or foxes. But I'm going to get back down. I'm going to work my way back down into that field that I was in a little bit ago. And see if I can find some deer. But this is a good one here. Okay. So let me crawl under this log. Oh, God. If you only knew what I was going through. 77 years old, crawling under these logs. Holy shit. Okay. See, I just crawled under that log right there. So, there's my camera. There's the bait. I'm out of here. Go this way. and go back down to that field. That's where I usually actually see the deer. I got one more camera to put out. This is so thick in here, it's unbelievable. I can't even stand up most of the time. Whew. All right. Oh. Yeah, I just ate a branch. I'm gonna go down through there and try to get back over to that field. I know it's kind of shaky, but bear with me. I'll better stand up in a minute. Holy crap. Whew. All I gotta do is remember where the hell that was. All right, back down over here. Sun's coming up. Trying to see where to go. It's so thick, I'm definitely not on a path. Kind of making my own path here. Ooh. Mamma mia. Now here, wait, let me get over here. Here is the type of log I was looking for. This is definitely a log that the animals would be running up and down on. So, see if I can find a place to put a camera. I got one camera. Whew, boy, oh boy. It's hard walking through the woods when there's no path. And this place is definitely overgrown. But I got one camera in a good spot for deer. I just put that other one out with some bait. And like I said before, the animals have a tendency to, as they're getting through the woods, to walk on the logs like this. And this is a really good setup for exactly that. However, I don't see a good spot for a camera. So I'm going to keep looking, keep going. We'll find another one. Get you around here to where you can see stuff. All right. There's another good log. You're doing pretty good, huh? Yeah. What did you put? Here's another nice spot with a log. I like this. But I have to get down into that field again. Never know what you're going to find in these woods. I have found all kinds of course, junk, but also I found quite a few antlers from the deer when they shed it in the spring. So I always have my eyes open for that kind of stuff. I'm still trying to get back down into that field. I just can't find a... Oh, there you go. I fell over that time. Okay, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm good. Tried to put my leg up over this log and lost my balance. If I miss a scooter, if I got hurt back here, nobody would ever find me. Because I don't even know where the hell I'm at. Oh yeah, I kind of do. Trying to get back into that field. So we got a chance of seeing some deer. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I know this isn't as steady as watching 3 fishing poles. I'm moving all through these woods here. But I hope I hope everybody's enjoying it somehow. Yeah, that was a nice get together. Linda sent me a bunch of pictures. They came out pretty good, pretty good. I think I'll get down this way. Yeah, taking my time and being careful. It's kind of fun. I hope the people that are here, I hope you're enjoying it. And I know once in a while it gets like crazy, but that's the way it goes. I want to get down on the edge of this field again, because that's where the deer hang out. Man, oh man. All right, we can get through here, I think. Ooh. Now we're getting there. Whew. Got to take a quick little break here. It's a little bit of an open area here. I figured I'd take 5. The field I want to get to is just up there a little bit farther. You're gonna go walking around later on this. Yeah, trespassing people, they always ruin it. We'll go this way. It was cold this morning when I started. I left the house and put long underwear on, and now I really don't need it. Here's somebody's air pump. Probably still works. Actually, this area will occasionally, maybe once every 10 years, this area will get flooded out. Somebody's blue trash can container. But the river will come up, which isn't too far away, and flood this whole area, but it only happens rare occasion. I gotta get over here. I'm probably spooking every deer in the neighborhood. All right, now we're getting down to that field that I wanted to get to. The sun's right in my eyes. There's another good log. Hope I can find that other camera. Now there's a deer right up, there's deer right up ahead here. Try to let you see them. There was 3 of them right there. I knew they'd be there, but they scooted off into the woods. Ah, shoot. They were right there, and I didn't see them quick enough to zoom in on them. Son of a gun. Trying to see if there's any more hiding around. I knew they'd be there. They're always in this open patch. I usually get in the woods here later on in November and December, and there's not as much foliage, and you can see the deer quite a bit better. I'm going to have a tough time probably finding that second camera, because I really didn't take much of a note where the hell I put it. But that's always part of the fun when you go to pick them up. Anyway, the deer were here. Didn't look like any bucks, but they were right up here, and they went up into the woods there. But there's usually a pretty good herd right in this area. I gotta find one more spot for my camera. Got one more camera to go. I'm kind of getting to the end of my run here. This isn't going to be a 2 or 3 hour live. This is, once I find another spot for the camera, I'm going to get my butt out of here. Probably if I sat still for a while, we'd see some deer come through. I don't know where they got to, but anyway. I don't know if you can see these deer trails on camera, but there's trails all through here where they've been walking. And this is where those deer were at that I didn't have time to zoom in on. So perhaps this would be a good area as well. You know what? Probably is, because here's a nice log that the animals can run on. So maybe, let's see, where can I put a camera? I could put a camera right on this tree here, aiming up into this area. I think I will do that. Okay. So bear with me while I get my tripod set up. Brother. I'm thinking about putting it on this tree right here. But it's really out in the open. Taking a chance. but not too many people come back here. So I'd probably be okay for a couple of days. We'll give it a shot. But yeah, I got to get those air tags. We've got one more camera to do. Put her here in this tree. This is the other thing too. Yeah. Getting it around the tree is the hard part. All right. I just lost it. I just lost it. I'm watching this fiasco. All right, so I got that one on that tree. I'm going to go down below here. Bear with me, folks. I know I've got the camera all over the damn place. Duh. All right. So, got the camera right there. Let me show you. And it's going to be looking down this way. Matter of fact, I want to move it around a little bit. Not quite pointing where I want it. That's better. And all right, now I got it. And it's going to be pointing right down in here where those deer are at. And I am going to put, some bait here too to see if we can draw something other than deer. This is a How's that? Can you hear me now? We touched the wrong button and it's... All right, can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that. That happens once in a while. I touched the wrong damn button. Because the mute button is right near the button that you can go back and forth. And I hit that by mistake. But anyway, what I was saying was I know it was hard for a lot of people to hang in there because the camera was moving around so much. And that's just the way it is when you're walking through the woods. But anyway, I'm going to leave these cameras out. I got 3 of them out. I'm going to leave them out until Friday. I'm going to pick them up on Friday, take them home. I'm going to review the videos, and then I'll put the videos together. I'll edit them, and I'll put a regular video up on YouTube, and you'll be able to see what I captured on these 3 cameras if I can find that second one. That second one's going to be tough to find, but it's not that big of an area, so I probably will be able to do it. Anyway, I'm going to walk back now to where I put the first camera and then walk out of the woods. I wish the heck we could have seen a couple deer. They were here, but I just wasn't quick enough to zoom in on them. But maybe going back this way, we'll run into them again. I don't know. But we're gonna walk back. For anybody that joined late, I've been wandering through the woods, some thick, some not so thick, putting out trail cameras. Now I see a deer straight up ahead of us. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see him. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. He is, see those 2 trees right there? He is right to the right side of those 2 trees. You look real close, you can see his ears. He's moving now. He's moving off to the right. But he's right down to where, probably where I put that first camera. I don't know if anybody can see him. I'm trying to hold still, but he's right there on the right side of those 2 trees. If I could hold this still, you might be able to see him. Can you see him? Can you make him out? Bruce, can you see him? You might have an eye for it. The deer's just standing there. Okay, good. I thought you might be able to catch him because you have an eye for it. But I see him, I think. I see him. Marines and Army Mom, you see him, okay. I'm gonna walk toward him because usually where there's one, there's more. But let me see if I can get a little closer before he absolutely spooks. He probably will take off running here. Matter of fact, I don't see him anymore. He must have scooted away. Pretty sure he's still there. I just can't get a good eye on him. A lot of deer travel in this open area. I was putting the cameras up in the thick woods up here. I do have one camera down here. The first one I put in is down the end here. I don't see that deer anymore. He probably scooted off into the woods. Oh, there they are. There they are. Watch. They're running right up ahead. Let's see if I can tell you. They're running right up in here. There's more than one. I think you can see that one. They're right behind that log that looks like a finger sticking up. They're right in there. They're just standing there watching me. Anybody see them? No, I'm not close enough to see if they have antlers or not. But they're standing there looking at me. One's standing right to the left side of that tree that's in the center. Okay, there's Ranger Army Mom. Now he's moving a little bit. Oh, there's one right there. That one was really close. I didn't see that one. He was right on the side of me here. They're all over the place. Let me move down nice and slow. Maybe they'll stop. They are a bit inquisitive. They want to see what's coming before they absolutely tear off into the woods. I usually see the deer when I come down here. Sometimes they're in the woods and sometimes they're out here in this, what I'll call a little meadow. Oh God, there's a whole bunch of them up here. A whole bunch of them. You might be able to see their white tails as they run away. There's a whole bunch of them. They're just staying ahead of me. I can't get real close. But every time I advance, they go farther away. But they're right in that area right there in the center. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any closer, but we'll keep moving up here until I get to the end. One of them was standing right here when I was looking for the other ones. And I do have one of my cameras up here someplace. I forget where I put it. I'll have to see if I can find that camera just for the heck of it. But the deer love this little open area here. They were right up in here. Yeah, they were right here in this area. And they probably still are, but they just seem to run far enough ahead of you that you really can't see them. But they were all down in here. Oh well. I'm making enough noise now. I'm sure they've gone to places farther away. I'm actually looking for the spot where I put my first camera. Well, Bruce, not only is it is a perfect spot, but I'm in an area that there's no hunting allowed. If there was hunting allowed, I'd be, because I think archery opened up around here in Pennsylvania. But if they were allowed to hunt here, I'd be taking a chance. Whew. There goes deer. Right in front of us. Right in front of us he was. He ran over that way. Now you can see you got the sun, but he was standing right up here, and I missed it. Again, I wasn't expecting to see one, so I missed him. Now I got to get down through this mess. When they run away, you can see that they flip up their white tails. This is a real mess right here. I'm going to go up into the woods to get around all these logs that are right here. And you know what? Maybe I'll backtrack and go up along that way. All right, here we go. Turn around. Back over this way. This is crazy. I can see where the deer are bedding down in this area. Yeah, we'll go this way. Some of my other, if you go to my YouTube channel, I got plenty of other trail cam videos up from the last few years. Some of it's right in my backyard, and some of it's out. Oh God! And I fell down again. Hang on, folks, I gotta get up. Damn. Oh man. I'm good. One wrong step, and that's all it takes. Whew. I usually sweating. I usually have a cane that I use when I walk through the woods, but I didn't bring it because I got to hold on to this tripod. Bruce, you can't hunt in this spot because it's a no hunting spot. It's a national. How can I put it without giving it away? It's a. I'll just tell you, you can't hunt here. It's part of a national park. Ooh, boy. What I have learned to do when I do stumble and fall, I've learned how to take a fall. You don't want to try to catch yourself, you just want to roll with it. And if you just roll with it, you'll be okay. Must have learned that in the service someplace. But that pretty much takes any danger away of getting hurt. You just go down and you roll. Now we're getting close to where I want to see where I put my other camera. All right, this is where we just saw the one deer jump through, and I know you didn't see him. I had you guys too close. This is probably a crazy video for you to watch. It's got to be tough. Lee, I'm on public land, but I am so far off the beaten track that I don't think anybody is going to be wandering around here. There's a couple good trails for those people that want to hike or ride bikes or whatever they want to do. And not too many of them will get back off in the woods here like this. So I don't really have any fear of anybody getting the cameras. But I did tell Scooter there when he was on, I told him I do have some air tags ordered, just in case it comes to that. Right now I am trying to remember where I put the first camera when I first started. It would be nice to, actually, there goes another deer right up ahead of us. Damn. And he ran. It's hard to see because the sun's there too, but there he goes, right there. Right in there. There's a couple of them moving around right there. And I think this is, pretty sure this is where I put my first camera. So let me see if I can find it. Oh man. Let me see if I can find my first camera. Should be up in here. I don't see it yet. Might be up here a little farther. This is the hardest part of doing this is when you go to get your cameras, because I get so far off the beaten track that I kind of forget where I put them. But I eventually do find them. Somewhere up here. Yeah, I think it's right up here. This is where I saw the last deer a minute ago. He was right here running around. Yeah, I see my other camera now. My other camera is right there. So that's an easy one to find. The second one will be a little harder, but the third one will be pretty easy. But there was deer right here, so I know I got something on the camera. And I might want to adjust that a little bit because it's tilted up and aiming into the sun. One of the things you don't want to do is aim your camera into the sun. I'll put you down here a minute. I gotta tilt this one forward a little bit. I might change the whole positioning of this one because it's looking right at the sun. And turn it off and yeah, I'm changing the spot on this one. You don't want to put them so they're facing the sun, and I had that pretty much facing the sun, so I'm going to put this over here facing away, which will be much better. Boy, there's a lot of poison ivy around. I need a new strap for this. A lot of poison ivy here. Okay, that's better. Now, what do I want? This is still aiming up in the ground. I want to get it aiming down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. We'll live with that, I think. I think we'll live with that. I know I'm going to end up with poison ivy today. I just know it. Okay, camera's back on. A little bit different spot. Let's get out of these woods. Ugh. I did good. I only fell down twice. Now we still got Cindy. How you doing? I didn't acknowledge you when you came on. And again, I've been talking pretty soft, so I didn't scare the deer too much coming through. Anyway, I'm going to head out of these woods. A lot of poison ivy. First of all, I was kind of afraid of getting out here too early and getting ticks, but now I see the main danger is poison ivy. Anyway, we're going to shut this live down. I will go pick these cameras up on Saturday or Friday. I'll need a day to edit them, and then I'll let you all know when the video is ready to see on my YouTube channel. So we're going to shut down. Thanks everybody for being here. It's been, let's see, it's almost 10 o'clock. I started at 8:30, so we did pretty good. An hour and a half, give or take. So see you all next time. I might be fishing tomorrow, but I'm not sure.